Today we continue talking about Christian disciplines. We start with uh, talking about what they are. So, a Christian discipline is simply things that Christians do and have done for centuries to grow closer to God. It looks like a lot of Bible study. It looks like maybe Sabbath. It looks like celebrating holidays a certain way. Um, What we are talking about is we are talking about this book right now, The Practice of the Presence of God. Uh, Last time we looked at the book and we looked at some passages in the book, and like the book was open on camera to read along. And I wonder if this book is copyrighted. It's 300 years old. Surely it's in the public domain by now. And as I was looking at the copyright for this book, oh, the language has been updated to modern English. So it has a copyright. Oh, those crafty people. So we won't show it on camera. You're allowed to read some passages to talk about those passages. So we'll read a couple of passages to talk about those passages. But we're talking about the practice of the presence of God. What is that as a discipline? It is going through your day acknowledging the presence of God, acknowledging God in all that you do. When we talked about reading, it was easier for us to read the Bible. As we talked about memorization, it was easy to go up on the whiteboard and practice memorization. When we were talking Lectio Divina, easy to practice Lectio Divina. How do you and I, over the internet here, how do we practice the presence of God together? Well, we could learn about it together. And that's what this book is, the Practicing the Presence of God, the Practice of the Presence of God by Brother Lawrence. You can pick it up for a few bucks. It's in the public domain if you want it in the older English from 300 years ago. It is a great little book. I don't know what page we're on. We've gone through the first, second, third, and fourth conversation today. We will be ending on page 26 out of, I think it was 96 pages. So we're a quarter of the way through. Before we get started, we'll just look at a couple highlights that got us here. So one of them is from the second conversation. He was talking about there was a part of his life that he wasn't sure of his salvation. He wasn't sure about being a Christian. And this is what he said. Not that he wasn't sure about being a Christian, but wasn't sure of his salvation. It says he wasn't certain that he was saved. He goes, that way, he would at least have the earthly pleasure of doing everything he could for the love of God. Now, I've heard that a couple of times recently, this interesting discussion that do you do what you do for a reward? Do you follow God simply so that you can get to heaven? And he goes, he wasn't even sure if he was going to heaven. So he could love God and follow God for the love of God, for no other reason besides loving and caring for God. That was just an interesting discussion that I've just come across multiple times. This was like a bold discussion that he had from that same second conversation. Whenever he considered doing some good deed, he always consulted God about it, saying, Lord, I will never be able to do that if you don't help me. Immediately, he would be given more than enough strength. When he sinned, he confessed it to God with these words, I can do nothing better without you. Please keep me from falling, and correct the mistakes I make. After that, he did not feel guilty about sin. This is an awesome little book with bold statements by Brother Lawrence. Let's go to our next conversation. Conversation number 3, the third conversation. He goes, he truly understood that this solid faith in God was a great honor to him and gave the Lord an open door to answer his prayers and shower blessings upon him. Now let's look at that again. Since you're not looking at the text, I'll comment as we read. He, meaning Brother Lawrence, truly understood that this solid faith in God was a great honor to him, meaning God. Like that was That was an interesting comment to me that he spends his time as a Christian. He spends his time knowing that just having faith is an honor to God. Have I considered that? I haven't. Have you? Maybe. He ended the third conversation with this. Neither skill nor knowledge is needed to go to God, he added. All that is necessary is a heart dedicated entirely and solely to Him out of love for Him above all others. Uh, the simplicity of the discussion, the simplicity of what it looks like to practice the presence of God, that God is always around. Like, how do you do it? What do you need? How do you practice this? He goes, you don't, neither skill nor knowledge is needed to go to God. All that's necessary is a heart dedicated entirely and solely to Him out of love for Him above all others. I have two more highlighted spots. This coming from the fourth conversation. Today, Brother Lawrence spoke to me quite openly and with great enthusiasm about his manner of going to God. He said, the most important part resides in renouncing, once and for all, whatever does not lead to God. Wild. Like, renouncing whatever does not lead to God. Here we are on social media, on Facebook, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, wherever we are. He said the most important part resides in renouncing once and for all whatever does not lead to God. Like, that's everything. Seemingly, it's not everything, but it's so many things. It's video games, it might be fishing, it might be hiking, it might be gardening, and like, but at the same time, do those things lead to God? Can God be in those things? Is that the point of the practice of the presence of God? Is that we go and we do those things and God's not a part of it, but He's going, God could be a part of it. God should be a part of it. God is in it. Do we practice the presence? Do we acknowledge the presence? Then this was great. We should offer our work to Him before we begin and thank Him afterward for the privilege of having done it for His sake. There's this thing I say a lot because it's what, like, in my heart, it's what I want. I want my work to be Corbin. I want my work dedicated to God. And to see Brother Lawrence go, well, he starts all of his work thanking God for the chance. And he ends his work for the privilege. He ends his work thanking God for the privilege of having done it for Him. Just a perspective change, a perspective change in practicing the presence of God, acknowledging God when we start to do something, thanking God for what we have done, what He's allowed us to be a part of. It's a great little book. I get why at this point, 16 years of being in ministry, more 20 years, 20 years, almost. 20 years of being in ministry, that people talk about this book all the time. They talk about the practice of the presence of God and how great it is. And Brother Lawrence, how great it is. So, final time for today. The practice of the presence of God. We have 75% more of the book. We'll read a little bit more next time, probably the next 3 chapters, and get to it. So we will see you next time. If we don't see you later in the week, what's today? Friday? We won't see you later. We won't see you later in the week. We will see you Sunday.